Hi everybody, welcome back to the Ben Taylor podcast, the home of marine industry insights. This podcast is brought to you by the Superyacht Services Guide, a worldwide trusted directory of yachting services. Today we're going to talk about fine art logistics. I'm particularly excited for this one because it is niche, to say the least.
Oh yeah, there's not many people doing what we do.
There's not. So great to see you, Francois.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Nice to see you, Ben. Thanks for having us.
So let's have some context first. It's Cadogan Tate. What do you guys do? What's the mission there?
Well, so Cadogan Tate is a fine art logistics provider, right? So we're founded in 1977 in London. And we started off doing all the work for Christie's auction house.
All right.
Like removals, furniture, artwork, the stuff that people were just like buying at the auction.
Yeah.
And Rowan Masson Taylor, the founder, used to park up his truck outside and then sort of ask people if they needed a hand getting whatever they'd bought to their homes.
Right, and that was the start of it.
And that was the start of it, yeah.
Nobody thinks about that. Nobody thinks, okay, you go to an auction, right, you buy something, you don't really go into, okay, well, how does it move from where it is now to where it needs to be?
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of special conditions in that delivery.
Well, and I've got a feeling that a lot of people buy stuff without sort of thinking it through first. Is it actually going to fit?
Yeah, they're all excited to auction it. Yeah, I'll have it. Yeah, great. And now how are you going to do this? Yeah.
And so the company's expanded since then. I mean, we've got 3 major facilities in London. We've got 2 facilities in Paris. We also cover the Côte d'Azur with our Moissartou operation. And of course, we're very active in the States. I guess on the European side, we're covering all of the continent with our own trucks on like a weekly basis. And stateside, we've got, all of the continental US covered every month with our own trucks. And we've got offices, LA, San Francisco, Aspen, Chicago, New York, Miami. We've got 3 in Texas. It's all a bit mad actually. How quickly we've grown, and it turns out that it's really very important for our clients and for people who are shipping things to keep things in house from door to door. By having a bigger network, we're able to do that. And of course, we're looking at expanding into the Middle East and Asia as well. So. The hope is at one point the sun will never set on a Cadogan Tate office.
I like it. And I suppose that the important thing is here, it's all artwork. Like artwork is your speciality. Almost by coincidence, that's then incorporated a bit of the yachting element and the logistics around art on board.
So it's not just artwork. I mean, this work pulls us in all sorts of directions. We are known for handling art because it's very fragile. It needs special handling, but we're also really involved with furniture, lighting, design. We've shipped jewelry in armored trucks. We've shipped boats, like racing vessels.
So it's more like just specialist transport where there's some really oddball.
Precision logistics, executed.
Precision logistics, there we go, that's the term.
Executed at the very highest level. And I think the work that we do for yachts is some of the most challenging work around. Because you're not just dealing with a point A to point B, you're dealing with moving targets, different jurisdictions. And so we launched our Yacht Services division a couple of years ago at Monaco. And we have a fleet of vessels that we actually handle the logistics for globally, right? So it could be that we're working on a new build and, designers are buying things all over the world and we're collecting them and creating them and then, delivering them to the shipyard. It could be the boats, in Sardinia for a day or, St. Martin for a day. And we've got to send the crew there to get everything on board, within 12 hours, get stuff off, do all of the customs and it has to be that one day. There's not like any margin for error.
Yeah, otherwise the boat will have literally left. Yeah.
Well, and then that's never happened to us. But I guess, but like if it did, we would just send them to the next port of call.
What's kind of a bit of a checklist of things they need to consider, rather than just sending it with a standard carrier?
Well, so I think time is your friend.
Okay.
But it can become your enemy if you don't have enough
Very
of
quickly,
it, right?
yeah.
So you want to be like thinking about this stuff in advance, right? So like when we're working on a new build, it's not just send stuff to us and we'll take care of it. It's weekly meetings with the crew and yacht management, to check in to see like if there's things that are falling behind, to sort of plan through all of the customs ahead of time so everyone knows what they're doing. And also, with that, being able to adapt, in real time for last minute changes,
It's just the reality of doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Things are going to change. It's a moving
Contingency
landscape.
planning. A lot of time is spent on contingency planning and like backups. If like plan A doesn't work, we've got a plan B. If plan B doesn't work, we've got a plan C.
Yeah.
The reality is that a lot of the things that people are putting on boats these days are not things that can just be sent to a shipyard, right? They're very valuable. They're very expensive. They need climate controlled transit. They need bonded storage for the taxes. There's lots of little things that you want to be thinking about quite early on a project. And with time, we can make just about anything happen. Like if I've got 2 weeks notice, I could basically do anything that anyone needs.
Yeah.
If I've got 2 days notice, it kind of limits our options.
Yeah.
One of our biggest responsibilities is to reduce the stress actually involved with these projects.
Yeah, of course.
By being reliable, by turning up on time,
These are going to be very kind of sentimental value as well as
absolutely
monetary value. And so if an owner is stressed that their prized possession or possessions are at risk or won't be there for their vacation, their holiday, their time on board, anything like that, they're going to be quite stressed about it because that's probably why they bought them.
Yeah, no. I mean, and with great power comes great responsibility. We've got our network of offices. We have an online inventory system.
Yeah.
So people can track where their stuff is.
Yeah.
Right. They can, request that they need something delivered somewhere, or they need a private viewing, or or whatever it is that needs to be done. Right. And having that transparency and visibility, I think, is a real comfort because you know that your things are being taken care of properly. I mean, our motto at Cadogan Tate is everything handled with care, right?
Okay,
It's
nice.
not for me to decide what's valuable or not valuable.
It's just everything will be taken
needs
care
to be
of.
taken care of the
Things
right
will
way.
go well with Cadogan Tate. Right, okay.
And you're right, yeah, there are sentimental items. There's also, very valuable artwork or jewelry, or, like super fragile, glass panels or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We want to be, in communication with the crew. We want to be in communication with yacht management. We want to be in communication with our agents at the ports to plan all of the customs, in advance, so things travel in a tax efficient way. And it's a team effort. I always think that we're an extension of the crew in some ways, and in some ways, when we're working together well, we're an extension of their team and vice versa. And that's the kind of attitude that I think is constructive and means that you can do a lot of things that might not be possible otherwise.
Okay, there has got to be stories from this. There's got to be such good case studies. You probably can't talk about them all, but can you go through one which I suppose shows the value of Cadogan Tate and your kind of speciality, or is just quite frankly a great story?
Sure. I mean, this work pulls you in all sorts of directions, right? Yeah. So, we've had to send servers to New York during Hurricane Sandy, by private charter.
Right.
We've had to go into homes after the fires in LA to evacuate things in Malibu.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that happening.
And now we're setting up like emergency planning, so that way people have like a plan in place if it happens again. We're working on. We work with a number of partners across the industry, both in the art world and in the yachting world. I've just come from Art Basel for 4 days, where we've shipped for 5 or 6 different art fairs, maybe 70 or 80 galleries in total.
Yeah.
And that's a real challenge actually to pull off. Because you've got things coming from all over the world for like a 4-day event.
Yeah.
We've never actually missed a fair opening.
Okay.
Regardless of how late something's coming, we've always managed to get everything on booth in time.
Yeah.
And that's no easy feat. We're working with different museums, in particular in London, Paris, and the States.
Yeah.
Setting up, programs for young people, work placement opportunities.
All right. Okay.
We're trying to get people involved with Cadogan Tate in different ways. I'm thinking of like some of the events that we've done with like different insurers, like Lloyd's, where people have come to sort of learn how to pack things or condition report.
Right. Yeah.
Our art handler apprenticeship program, which we've launched with Moad in San Francisco. Recently we did a shipment for the British Film Institute with film reels. And that was quite challenging because they're slightly different than artwork. They have special temperature requirements and they need special flight cases that need to be built. And of course,
so just for the transportation of that particular item, there'd be a customized case for it.
Yeah.
Just for transportation, it would be like a fairly standard but climate controlled.
So what we did in
specific
fact,
storage pack.
What we did in fact is we built special flight cases with removable rings of foam, so they can reuse those cases for any size film reel later on.
Right, smooth.
And so that way, whenever they need to ship film reels, they can use the same cases again.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of semi-customized. It's purpose-built for the transport of those, but then they can transport many different film reels. Yeah.
But that was like a solution that came out of collaboration with their team in Berkhamsted and advanced planning. They don't actually use flight cases already, so it was like a new thing that we were able to work on together with them, and which is going to hopefully reduce their costs for all of the future shipping that they need to do.
Yeah.
Within the yachting industry, the type of work we do is really quite sensitive. I'm proud to say that we're managing a fleet of 24 vessels where we're working on logistics year round. I'm really proud to say that some of the bigger projects we've worked on have been very challenging, but resulted with a net positive where everything's been delivered on time and we've not had a single breakage.
Good.
And when you think of how large these projects are,
that's good going.
It's not a given that that's going to be the case. And some of these projects will have like 10 or 20 tractor trailers full of like furniture and lighting and glass and stemware and accessories.
Yeah.
And they're all coming from all over the world,
So for not one to be cracked, damaged, or otherwise, and arrive on time is pretty good going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what's the future here? Is it kind of growth? Are you trying to do more in yachting? Is it quite a good space for you? Are you set up pretty well for that?
Well, I'm really an outsider in the yachting world. My background's the art world, and I've been working art fairs for over a decade. I've been, partnering with different museums for about 5 years. Even though I've managed yacht projects for 10, 15 years, we've seen that a lot of designers who are normally working in the residential space have moved into yachts, right? So we're working on more and more boats. And so I think as part of our concierge experience for our customers, we have like an obligation to get out there and go visit the shows and connect with people and really like learn about what's important to these type of projects so we can offer the best service possible, right? So I cover most of the yacht shows. We're doing a few of the regattas.
Okay.
And between that and the art fairs, I'm a tough guy to track down.
You're pretty busy,
yeah.
Okay, Francois, thanks for coming on the podcast.
My pleasure. Thanks,
Real
Ben.
pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Everybody, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure you're following here to see plenty more of it. All being well, we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.